our goal is to add 3 new guns, and for this I'd like to make some of your suggestions. But before we add anything, there's no point adding weapons that don't make the game more fun. So what makes a good gun? Well, right now, my sort of philosophy is that each gun should be distinguished from each other. There's no point making 2 slightly different shotguns, or 3 automatic rifles. Now in Paint Warfare we have 1 shotgun, 1 sniper, 1 AK, 1 machine gun, 1 light machine gun, a grenade. We've pretty much exhausted all of the classic weapons that you'd see in an FPS game, so we have to get a bit creative. Now with this in mind, I sorted out through some of the suggestions you guys have had over the past few months, and here are the top 6 suggestions that I found that I just really loved. Now, one of the most absolutely requested weapons of all time is a flamethrower. And although I find the idea of roasting people in sausage costumes with a flamethrower pretty hilarious, fire guns won't really fit in a paintball game. I considered some other alternatives like a bubble thrower, water, paint, but none of them really sat well with me. I was stumped until one of you guys had an idea. Gas. Now, to be clear, this is actually a war crime to use in the paintball fight, but so is everything in this game. So I got my friend Joan to model us a poison gun, but while we wait for him to do his magic, let's make 2 more weapons. A really cool concept that one of you guys also suggested is a teleporter gun. Now this is actually loosely based on a gun from a game called Unreal Tournament. Now this gun is called the Translocator, and its main purpose is just to help you move quickly around the map. I found this mystical looking pistol thing, which I think would fit it pretty well, and I put together this anchor point. Now this anchor point went through a couple of iterations, everything from this white ball to a sphere of water, but in the end I really like this parallax galaxy ball effect as our anchor, so that's what we're going with. I made it shoot, and I froze the position of the anchor point so it would just stick in one place. But after testing it, something just felt really wrong. The goal of almost the entirety of Paint Warfare's mechanics is to literally encourage you to die, because taking risks is fun, especially when they pay off. For example, if you're low on health, the only way for you to regenerate it is by eliminating other people. I feel like the idea of placing a static anchor point and then retreating back to it even at the slightest sight of danger might feel good in something like Valorant, but in this game it just felt wrong. I constantly found myself placing an anchor, pushing out, and then teleporting back to it even at the smallest risk of dying. I was playing safe, and that was ruining the fun. So let's make some changes. What if we reversed everything? What if we made the teleporter a way to push out into enemies, a way to flank, or move across the entire map in seconds? Instead of placing static anchor points, I made it so that you can shoot them across the map. And boy, was this a good idea. I might actually eventually have to nerf this gun, but for now it's just funny trolling people. I also put together this burst rifle. The starting weapons were kinda lacking, so I just made it unlocked for everyone by default. I don't know, I don't really have a lot to say about this rifle, it's fairly standard. Now to make this unique, I'd like the gas gun to do more damage the closer you are to your enemy, which kind of makes sense, right? I've wanted to make something like this for a while, so this is just the perfect opportunity. Now this is cool and all, but it still sounds and looks like it's shooting paintballs, which is all because it's just a modified frenzy so far. So to really sell the fact that this is gas, we need to make it sound like a gas gun. Unfortunately, a gas gun isn't something I can legally buy in Australia, nor anywhere else since probably World War I. But this should do. I made this gas cloud using the Unity particle system, and there we go. So yeah, that's my process of adding weapons. Now before you go, I need your help. By the time I'm done with this challenge, we'll be on version 1.52, and I definitely can't come up with that many ideas for that many paintball for updates on my own. Since we're such a tight-knit community, I frequently get inspiration and ideas from you guys. So if you'd like to help make this game with us, join our Discord and give us suggestions for what you'd like to see in game. As always, thanks so much for watching. Enjoy.